My name is Gene Dupuis. I'm a supervisor with probation, and approximately about a year ago, myself and Kelly were talking about how it would be great to have a clothing bank for the children that we work with and their families. And we kind of milled about for a while. At the same time, I was working with Joe Cotton, our youth chaplain, and we found out that he is an organization through a nonprofit. And we went, wow, this is great. We can use a nonprofit of St. James to start collecting donations, which we started doing. One thing led to the other, and around the corner, if you haven't had an opportunity, the kids' closet is open. And please, before you leave today, please take a look, see what's there. It's a small room with a lot of clothes. At this time, besides saying thank you for being here, I'd like to introduce the Deputy King County Executive, Mr. Fred Jarrett.
Thank you. I am excited to have the opportunity to be here. I got to go through the kids' closet just a few minutes ago, and it's a wonderful thing that shows what we can do when we work together. And I think I got about 3 outfits that I'm going to be able to take home and be able to wear to work over the rest of the week or so. But I just want to say thank you to all of you who participated in making this happen. This is a really great asset for us to have and for the families and the kids that we serve in this facility. So I know you're not interested in a long speech, so I'll try to keep it short. But again, thank you so much for being here.
Next, I'd like to introduce the Director of Probation and Court Services, Bruce Knudsen.
It's my great pleasure to be here, and I want to start by thanking our wonderful staff for making this happen. This wasn't done at my request or the request of management. It came completely from our staff and their desire to help out the youth and families that we serve. You guys are thoughtful, you're caring, and you're compassionate. Every day with true servant spirits, you give everything you have to give to help others in need. And I couldn't be more proud to serve alongside of you than I am today. So thank you so much for all you've done. As Judge Halpert said, the youth and families we serve are particularly vulnerable and hurting and stressed out in a very difficult time in their life. Many lack basic necessities, food, shelter, clothing, and many lack some of the niceties of life as well. Teddy bear, toys, art supplies. So it's just really been remarkable to see the outpouring of support and donations that have just been coming in from all over, from staff from all sorts of departments around the county, from the community, and even from the youth and families that we serve who have been touched by this and want in turn to touch other folks. If there's a particular need, staff just put the word out, and amazingly, or maybe not so amazingly, I mean, the item is donated, and it happens quickly. I really enjoy seeing how gratifying this is for our staff, too, when they tell me their stories about how lives have been touched by this. Like the youth who was so touched that he, for the first time, began to change his approach to life. And the youth who was a recipient of the kids' closet and decided he wanted to, in turn, help others by going to his church and asking for donations for the kids' closet. He wanted to pay it forward. So this is touching a lot of lives, and including the youth who are court involved and have worked hard to help the kids' closet get organized. They've been sorting, labeling, cataloging, hanging clothes, and just really working hard to make this work. And I really love hearing that many of these youth have expressed a special satisfaction in doing something that helps others. So let's give a round of applause to the youth who have been making this happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Bruce. Now I'd like to introduce actually the person that has pulled this all together and brought all these departments from detention, probation, court services, and the community together, our chaplain, Joe Cotton.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for being here and for supporting this incredible project. What I'd like to do is just tell our story a little bit about our journey from start to finish, and Jean kind of alluded to the story, but I'd like to tell you the whole process that happened because it was really wonderful. For several years, probation staff have been advocating for an on-site resource closet to meet the many needs of court-involved youth and their families. Superior Court recognized the daily struggle of many clients and longed to respond in a caring way. But despite the wonderful idea, the county itself was unable to accept donations and offer the tax benefits, effectively closing the possibility of opening a resource closet. But then last fall, probation staffers like Jean and Kelly wandered into my office and shared this idea, noting the donation dilemma. But I was delighted to announce that as a church-affiliated chaplaincy program, we could indeed accept donations using the nonprofit status of St. James Cathedral, which houses my ministry program here at the Youth Center. And on that day, a wonderful partnership was established between Superior Court and Juvenile Detention Ministry and all of the entities here at King County. And the Kids Closet was born. A wonderful leadership team came together, including the individuals that Judge Halpert mentioned. And we were able to secure the old laundry room down the hall, and we began the process of transforming it, with special thanks to the maintenance staff for all the painting and repairs and installation of shelves. Then we put out an all call to all the staffers in the building and to local churches and community members. And the response was overwhelming. Judges, probation officials, detention and administrative staff, along with local church communities, everybody came together and provided an enormous quantity of clothes and shoes, many of which were brand new with the tags still on them. So we found ourselves swamped with a lot of work that needed to occur, and then entered the ASD work crew, the salvation for this project. Following the generous donation of clothing racks and hundreds of hangers from Nordstrom, a wonderful gift, several young people from our own work crew went to work sorting and organizing and preparing the closet for their peers. They worked tremendously hard, supported by the ASD staff. That first morning, I met with the work crew and informed them of the overall project, wanting to insert some meaning into what otherwise might seem like tedious work. And it was a lot of work when we got started. But the result was incredible. Not only was the closet transformed overnight into a functional space, but Patty reported that she received calls from parents the next day, stating that the kids had returned home, pumped about having helped in this way, even asking when they could return to do more. And that in itself speaks to the transformative beauty that this project has brought forth in the lives of our young people. And today the work crew continues to transfer clothing from our overflow storage into the closet, ensuring a constant flow of supplies to meet the continual demand. So it is with heartfelt gratitude that I too say thank you to all of the young people who worked on this project. So if we could again give them a round of applause for their... So that got us to where we are today. So once the closet was established and functioning, then we started to witness some real miracles, I think. And the team bore witness to the immense need and the healing effects of our new ability to respond. And I'm not entirely sure that the community as a whole fully comprehends how hard many of our local neighbors have it. People who toil to make ends meet and labor every day for things that many of us often take for granted. And we have met and encountered these people in the closet every day. We have encountered young people abandoned at the youth center, making their way into group care for the first time, without much clothing or possessions. We've met youth who are raising infants, overwhelmed by this new responsibility and in need of crucial supplies. We even met a homeless mother visiting her son in detention, who bumped into one of our team members late in the evening, and she was able to access the closet, gaining some vital clothing and hygiene items before again braving the cold. And tears streamed down her face as she thanked us for thinking about her needs and her struggles and caring for her. On occasion, we have welcomed 3 generations of families in the closet at the same time, 3 generations of the same family in the closet. And I think your program says that around 50 people have been served. I think that number is actually closer to around 100 plus, counting the youth and families that have been through the closet just in the short time that we've been open. And all of these folks are struggling, but all of them share the same dignity, the same worth, and the same value as each of us. They are fellow human beings on the journey. And it is our responsibility to recognize our shared dignity with our neighbors who struggle and to respond with care to their pressing needs. And now our youth center, our justice center, can do just that. So to close, I'd like to highlight one story that in many ways captures the transformative power of the Kids Closet. One of our probation counselors came to us and he shared his difficulties with one particular client. This was a young man who was embittered and closed, making it nearly impossible to connect with him. The JPC, aware of the broader needs and difficulties in this young person's life, brought him into the Kids Closet. And this youth, having gained much needed items that offered increased esteem, responded in a surprising way. The JPC reported that following that visit to the Kids Closet, this young man suddenly opened up and shared with him, allowing himself to be vulnerable and open to services. And this is the miracle of this closet and this project. This is remarkable. So the new clothes, of course, are helpful, but our youth are receiving something far greater than tangible items. I suspect that they are feeling cared for by the justice system in a new way. We have a new tool to deeply express the immeasurable care that all of us have felt for these young people all along. And our youth are feeling it on a deep level. It is softening their hearts. It is building trust. It's funny how a pair of shoes and a new sweatshirt can bring out the most authentic and beautiful soul that for a long time was hidden from view. And as our probation team bears witness to the emergence of such deeply good human beings brought forth by the closet's care, they can reflect this truth, inviting our youth to encounter and embrace the people that they truly are at their core. So I can think of no endeavor more meaningful and healing as this. So on behalf of the Kids Closet team, thank you for supporting this project and for caring for the youth and families in our community. God bless.
What we'd like to do now is 2 more things. We'd like to first introduce to you the individuals that have been working in the Kids Closet or helping out in some way or shape over the last, couple of weeks or better, or a month that we've been open. So those of you that are here that have worked in the Kids Closet, please stand up and come forward. Saul, DeAndre, we have certificates for them, plus we gave them food today. Appreciation to Saul Castro. Thank you. Amaya Bennett. And DeAndre Taylor. Thank you. We had invited all of the kids that worked on work crew or to come today, but it's also really important for them to stay in school. So we decided that that's okay, they can forget this one time. But we do have certificates that we will pass on to their probation staff or detention staff to make sure that they receive recognition for the work that they did in making this Kids Closet a reality. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.